Hi y'all, it's the Queen, Firebird series, clarinet lessons. Hi. Okay. The question was, can you teach me how to improvise today so that I can perform and improvise today? And as crazy as it may sound, yeah, sure. You just have to realize that improvisation requires a lot of thought, a lot of knowledge, a lot of feeling, um, but it also has a back door. And the back door is your ear being that little skeleton key that you use to pick the lock. All right, so the back door, simple language, easy steps, skipping a whole bunch of steps in the meantime, but still getting something happening. All right, the more of the steps you don't skip, the more intense, the more developed, the more beautiful your improvisation will be. But if you want to skip to the chase, there is a way to do it. The first thing you have to do is establish a melody, all right? A simple melody. Don't start off really difficult. Just a simple melody. It can be anything. Of course, in the 5 easy steps thing, it was Mary Had a Little Lamb because, a lot of people know that. Let's see. What is a easy melody? Saints. A lot of people know the Saints. So the first thing you have to do is record yourself. All right? Excuse me. You have to record yourself playing this melody straight. And then you continue. All right? And this is YouTube, so you can slow that down to as slow as you need to do it so that you can incorporate your improvisation. All right. That's the first thing. The second thing you need to do after you establish that melody is create some tools. Simple tools, because we're skipping a bunch of steps. All right. The first simple tool could be a dotted note followed by half its value, which looks like this. Right? Everybody does that. Everybody. And you want to incorporate that into your melody, which is, in this case, When the Saints Go Marching In. So it would be. And actually, I didn't put as many in there as I possibly could because, in all reality, as many as you want. It's kind of monotonous, kind of redundant. So you want to have more than one tool. Another tool. Ooh. That turnaround is an absolutely remarkable tool. And in case you're wondering, it looks like that. Oh boy. That is a wonderful tool. Everybody does that too, all right? And the turnaround is, we went over this before, and that's why I'm just using it. But you start on the note, you go up, back to the note, back down, back up to the note. So the note, 1, 2, 3, you hit 3 times. You go up above it, right back, get down below it, back at it again. All right? All right. That's your turnaround. All right? Now, again, we're skipping steps here. All right? Because these tools that you're using, you have to be able to call them in any key, at any time, in any tempo. And in order to do that, you have to do your homework. You have to work these tools in multiple keys. But for the sake of learning now and playing now, we're skipping all of these steps, all right? Straight to the chase. All right, so that's 2 tools already. Wow. We got 1 tool and we got the infinity. I mean, not infinity, but you know, the turnaround. All right, so we need another tool. All right, let's pull a tool from the improvisation thing, right? Now, in the improvisation video, when I did this particular tool, I always did it here. All right, but it's a tool. Tools you have to learn in different keys, all right? And you have to learn to put in on different notes. So has to go to, all right, different notes, all right? You got to do your homework. But for the sake of cutting to the chase, we're just going to know that that rhythm and that shape is going to be used, but it's not going to necessarily be used on those notes, all right? So now we have three tools. Oh my goodness gracious. We have, and we have, and we have, what do we have? Oh, all right. So we got to put those into our melody. And how do we do that? That'll work, right? That's one variation. As long as you're using those 3 tools, you can put them wherever you want. You can use it that way. You can change it up, but you decide. And that way you're improvising. You do what I just did, then you're transcribing. It's not the same thing. It'll help you, but it's not the same thing. You want to create on your own. And the way to create on your own is to establish a melody, create some tools, and incorporate those tools in there. Now, before I go, even though this is much longer than I wanted it to be, you got to realize that when you're incorporating those melodies, you're doing like a hip walk, all right? So when you're incorporating those tools, you're doing a hip walk. So, it's like you're walking on the street and you stumble on something. You don't want to do that. You got a hip walk, So you want to keep that rhythm going, keep that mood going, all right? So when you're putting those tools in there, you got to make sure the stride stays the same. Hence, the stride, the cool walk, all right? You got to keep that going, all right? Don't buckle it up and stumble all around the place. No, you want to keep the groove, all right? So you do that, you got it. Now, we got to end doing that song. I do that song so many times a day. Sure, I got plenty of tools for that song. course, I've done my homework too. I can do it in any key. I can pull out a whole bunch of different this, that, and the other. I'll just do it. Here we go. You do your homework. The possibilities are endless. Of course, I couldn't do that the same way again, but I could do something, a variation thereof. Again, if you do what I just did, you're transcribing. That'll help you, and it's cool. I got by those first few years doing other people's stuff. But you now have the ability to create on your own. So do it. Go ahead and do the doggone thing, all right? This has been the Queen Firebird series, clarinet lessons. Have a ball, y'all. Hit me up. I can't answer everything, but I'll answer as many as I can. And it'll help me. I'm learning too, you know. Have a great one. All the best.